where is, as we're landing this plane, where is your sound evolving in the next 3 to 5 years, or how do you see your sound evolving constant? Are artists like the way I think, like, oh, that's a pop, right? Boom boom. Is there an actual evolution in the pop? Like, what's the world of an artist? How do you think, like, man, I got this project, I'm wondering where my project is going? I mean, how is that process of, like, when I think of companies, they always think like, okay, we just built the new iPhone. They already got iPhone 300, right? Do artists think like, oh, this is where the future of sound is going to be in music, or is it, or and I'm just putting more into you because there's so many different types of artists.
Honestly, there's two types of artists with that, and I always laugh thinking about this because artists, we are the most sensitive, but also the most egotistical people you'll ever meet. We think we are the bee's knees. Like, the moment, the amount of times I've heard artists, oh yes, this is how it's going. Enough of the power chords and the punk rock. Now it's time for the soul music mixed with the rock fusion. And then it's like, and we speak like we're the orators, like we're God. First of all, it's the artists who decided to just do what they did, whatever they wanted, and then it picked up. The steam picked up. There was no formula. There was no nothing. That's the one thing about artists. The one thing about the only difference I'd say when it comes to artists, outside of anyone else, it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual. It's we can act like, and we can do our best to manage, and we can see when you do this long enough, you can see where the trends are going and everything. But how many times, I think of like we were in the country era and the baby bop, and then here comes a little teenage boy in Minnesota. He sees his hero in a hospital in New Jersey. Takes a one-way ticket to New York, no money, with his guitar. Next thing you know, he has no plan, and the guy is like, "Who are you, man?" And so they invite him in the room, building up the hype. So you guys can know. If you know who I'm talking about, you're clapping because I'm talking about a legend right now. Nothing in mind. There's no, oh, you're the future. Nothing. He just wanted to go see his hero. Next thing you know, he just sits down, plays for his hero. They invite him into their world. Next thing you know, this is the king of folk, Bob Dylan. And before him, there was no folk. Like, there was folk, but it was just country. Sound. He's got a own sound. And if you think about anyone that created a new sound or a new way of looking at things, anyone, the inventors, anyone, it was just, this is what I felt. I can't explain it. It doesn't matter what their faith or belief is. Just something comes, and they just have to get it out. And I just, anyone listening to us, I hope by God's grace that's the most important moment. I pray that that's when God protects you, because that's the moment, when people, the moment they could even find out, if they could see your future, they grab you. They grab it. And so I just pray for anyone right now that's like, in that moment, or praying for that moment, that shield of protection is on you, because that's the pivotal moment. That's we're talking about the incubator moment for the babies. Like, that's the moment where, man, you better get your team, you better get your people, because the moment it happens, then it was like, oh, Bob Dylan, oh, how did you think of the folk? Oh, now what do you think of this and that? He was just a kid and a guitar, and just loved singing different than everyone else was singing. And then he becomes a father of it. Didn't plan it. And so, the artists, we can act like we know, we don't. We just follow the spirit.
And that, let me intersect with that a little bit, because number one, if you didn't have a team before, like you said, if you didn't have people 10 years ahead of you, because you didn't reach out, you didn't build your network, if you didn't have those teammates, and you get hit by opportunity, I mean, which direction do you go, right? Like, because you see artists all the time crushing online, like they go like boom, right? Like they go up and then they have no foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So music, you said, is spiritual. So, you know, that means I believe there's going to be multiple spiritual angles. Mm. If music is spiritual, then it's not all light.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you know, like, man, I'm going towards the light? Right? You know, follow the light. Yes. Right? David, how do you know you're going towards Saul?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, you're spiritual, right? Yeah. So how do you know, man, I'm going through David, you know, like I'm following the light? Or are you like, how do you know I'm Saul and I'm actually following the darkness?
Yeah.
Because right now it's so, like, noise and chaos. Yeah. How that sinking sand slow, how do you, like, okay, this is good, I'm going to the light, or I'm going, how do you, because you're line, I mean, you got to make it.
Yeah.
So darkness look like light. When you got to make it, everything looks good. Yeah. How do you differentiate?
I'm so happy you said Saul and David too, because you won't even believe what I'm about to say too. So after you put in the 10,000 hours, and then after you've, by God's grace, you have the people who are around you that can, you know, not only encourage you but also keep you humble, remind you what's real in this life, what's sustainable in this life.
Yeah.
You know, family, health, mental well-being, not the glitz and glamour. After all that's said and sown, funny enough, you said that. Me and one of my oldest songwriting partners, Caleb Meekum, every time we would write, or anytime we would meet up, we would share songs, or we would work on songs together, whatever. We always tell each other this same thing. You won't believe what you just said.
Yeah.
We always look at each other. And it's like God, that's the other thing I love about God. He always brings someone who's like, it's like David and Jonathan, like, we're brothers, or like we can be brother and sister or whatever, but like we both know one of us is going to make it before or whatever. And so it's like a constant, like, and we have our mentors, but it's like a constant, like, I love you, but let me. So we always look at each other every time we leave, and we always say it when we're standing up too, because it's like I love you, or am I gonna attack you? And we always look at each other and we're like, are you gonna be Saul or are you gonna be David? Every single time, every time we would leave the session, or whatever, when we talk, and we always remind each other. Even to this day, when we're talking, it's like the moment, right? The moment. After the hospital with Bob Dylan or whatever it is, and everyone comes, and everyone, unless you know it, the offers and everything sounds the same, right? So am I going towards the light, or am I going towards the neon light? Right? It looks like light, but it's neon. It's not from God. It's man-made.
Yeah.
So it's that's the moment where you're like, the thing that's helped me, I've realized throughout the years. It's not a question of my abilities. We put in the work. It's not a question of the art and the projects.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to just be artists. We're talking about anyone, right? Your projects. All that's done, right? The thing that's made me know, okay, I'm going towards the light, is the inner part, the parts that no one sees. You know, that's the part that actually God works. Is the part that no one sees. Okay. Anytime I don't feel pressure, I don't feel any pressure. Like, if I'm dealing with someone I don't know, who do I know in Brazil, right? Who do I know in Amsterdam? Yeah. Anytime, there's no way for me to know, like, I've never sat down with any of them to this day. Like this, for me to gauge who they are. And even how many people know that can meet for years and years and years, and then next thing you know, you didn't even know one thing about them, and you thought you knew everything, right? Correct. So it's not really about the proximity. It's all about knowing someone really, and so that only God can reveal that to you.
Correct.
And so I've noticed anytime I don't feel there's no butterflies, not good butterflies, no, not bad butterflies, because the good butterflies are there, right?
Yeah.
But anytime I don't feel any pressure or anything, it just feels natural. It's, it's like, that's when I'm like, oh, okay. And obviously, when you're old enough and maturity. You learn to see the sheep from the wolf that's pretending to be the sheep, right?
Correct.
Everyone knows it, right? instant gratification, instant making, instant. We all know that stuff. I'm not talking about that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about we've talked enough. I know this person's genuine, but it's that like I'm really gonna invest my whole self into you and put my brand, because the moment you get into partnership with someone, your name's on it now, and their name's on it, and so that's the moment you're like, that's faith. Even if you can go, I don't believe in God. Yeah. That's faith.
Yeah, you just took a step of faith.
You just took a step of faith. How do you really know that was the right step? How does your soul feel right now? Can you sleep at night? Saul couldn't sleep. Could you sleep at night? David slept in the caves. So it's like, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, because I think like a lot of people, they step one way, and then a whole bunch of flash stuff show up, and the next thing you're like, man, what happened to him? What happened to her? And like you said, there's some place I think that people get to is like, something told you to stop. Yeah. Something that told you, man, don't go there. Don't join them. Don't meet with them. But most of us lie to ourselves, like, man, I got this. Hey, because the truth is, you actually really want to make it. Yeah. But that's not the right person, and you're like, man, this opportunity is not going to happen again. So I like that, and feel encouraged out there about centering yourself in finding that peace, that's a personal understanding. Let me see. So I think we've talked a lot. So I have some rapid fire questions.